just while we're waiting for this this stream to start, if you want to have a chat live with me, jump into my Discord server and have a look for live stream stage. There's a stage in there that you can join. It's public. You don't have to join the server. And yeah, come and have a chat. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the live stream. It's DC here, and today we're going to be talking about all sorts of random stuff. I actually have basically no plan. I just thought I'd try out a live stream and the Discord stage thing all in one big hit. I've got a drink here ready to go. I've got a couple of drinks, to be honest. And yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun. If you do want to ask me any questions, please jump into the Discord stage chat thing. Put your hand up if you have some questions. And yeah, I'll invite you into a call to have a chat with me. So that out of the way, how's everyone going? It's been a minute since I've done a live stream. It's been a little bit of time. I haven't had too much time to get into doing live streams or making videos. It's been pretty full on with work and projects and stuff recently. So yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, I'd love to hear how you guys are going. It's yeah, my dog is also here. My cat is over there behind the couch. And yeah, as you can see on the screen here, it's over my finger. That's interesting. If you go there, there is a Discord stage where you can have a chat live with me, and you'll also be on the live stream. So keep that in mind. And yeah, if you say anything bad, I'll ban you. So yeah, what's new in everybody's world? For me, I've just been working a lot, probably too much to be completely honest, and yeah, doing all sorts of little other side projects at the same time, which has been lots of fun, and it's definitely keeping me busy. But here we are. We have a live stream, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna invite Mr. Haunted Data Hater. I always want to say Data Hater, but it kind of kills me. So I'm gonna invite him to speak, and he can decide to speak or not. Data Hater, what's up, dude? How's it going?
I don't know. Oh, no. I just lost audio. 1 sec, man.
How good is it? How good is live streams? They're always sketchy. Life's good, man. Life's good. How have you been?
Yeah, it's Data Hater. I know you hate saying data, but it just doesn't sound right otherwise.
It crunches me though. It kills me on the inside saying data. But
what's been going on?
Okay with it.
Tell us about some of these projects.
I can tell you about. I can't tell you about one of them, unfortunately, but the other ones are DataSec, the business that I mainly do, which is mostly government pen tests and security audits. They're pretty fun, and they definitely keep me busy. AirDesker has basically died, so that project is in the bin at the moment. But that's okay. I've got plenty of other stuff going on. CyberSec Guidance has been killing it. I've been having heaps of fun with CyberSec Guidance, to be honest. Talking with people and giving them one-on-one guidance to talk about their potential career paths in cybersecurity. So it's been pretty busy. Aside from that, just been working full time, which has been super fun. How's the magazine coming along, dude?
Yeah, the magazine's really good, man. As you know, being a columnist, but we've got the next issue comes out in 2 weeks, I think. It's going to be based around AI and all the fun stuff that's happening with cybersecurity and AI. And then after that, we have an education special, which I believe you're going to be featuring in as well. Look at that.
Look at me go. Look at
you go. But other than that, just SEC assessments all day, mate.
Yep. How are they coming along? Have you sort of automated parts of that yet, or is that sort of still in the learning stage at the moment?
No, automated parts of it. A lot of this is process orientated, so there's lots of interviews. They're interviewing people from different departments in different businesses, and it's definitely a learning process anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's especially coming straight into it, like you did. It's that learning curve is pretty extreme, but it's it sounds like you're doing well, which is good. That's
getting there, mate.
What I
getting
want
there.
To hear, so
thanks to DC CyberSec.
I don't know about that, but
all right, man. I'm going to let you go. I have to get back to work, but I'll be working on YouTube.
Oh,
and
right, you're working on US hours. Yeah, that's right. All right, I'll jump you back into the audience. Catch you later, man.
See you, mate.
Yeah, so that's happening. For anyone wondering what this banner here is about, CyberSec Guidance, it's my own. I sponsor myself because I don't have a sponsor yet. But I do, but I haven't started making videos for them yet. So, and it's all about CyberSec Guidance. If you want some one-on-one advice, feel free to reach out and I will help you. And we can talk about everything cybersecurity. Excuse me. I'm going to answer some of the questions in the chat because there is quite a few of them coming in here. And I just realized this Discord window is actually kind of hiding the chat, which really annoys me. So I'm just going to quickly drag this around slightly and make it fit. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So, oh man, the chat is all mushed. Anyway, I'll ignore it. Some of the questions. We have one from Abdurazak Hamid. He said he's going to ask me some questions. He hasn't asked me any yet. Anyone in the live chat stream thing, this one, put your hand up if you want to chat and I'll invite you in. Mr. Unknown says, buddy, what is the average bounty hunting prize? Please tell. That greatly depends on what bug you find and the level of risk it imposes. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like asking how long is the piece of string. It's very hard to answer that question because I have absolutely no idea what bugs you're looking for. The text on the Discord is a little hard to read. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that happens. Keenan says, "Hey DC, how you doing? 1 week to my transfer to Red Team. Hell freaking yeah, man. That's awesome news. Congratulations on the transition to Red Team. That's what I like to hear." Eddie says he's learning RF signals analysis through software-defined radio. Government Field Tech has been sort of guiding me the stuff you can do with RF and simple $40 RTL SDR plug-in antenna is nuts. That is nuts. And when you were talking to me about that the other day, I actually did some searching, and yeah, it was pretty full on, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'm gonna hide that because that's annoying me, and I have to fix this chat thing. I'm gonna invite Prathamesh in to have a quick chat and ask me some questions. Prathamesh, how's it going, man?
Am I audible?
Yeah, man, you are super audible.
So I was planning to study masters in cybersecurity in Australia for next year. I'm looking into Deakin University right now, which is in Geelong, which is next to Melbourne. Can you please tell me the scope for cybersecurity in private industry, since I won't be able to work in government, since I won't be having an Australian citizenship?
Yeah, that's a good question. The reason you wouldn't be able to work in government is because you can't get a clearance, of course, unless you're an Australian citizen, which is quite difficult. But I mean, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Saying that though, there is some opportunities for you in the private sector. Although, to be completely honest, it is quite a difficult market to get into because of how competitive it is. That's saying that though, there is still those chances. So don't let that sort of push you away from trying. You just need to really prove yourself. The scope for you after completing the cybersecurity degree in Deakin, which by the way is my favorite university for cybersecurity in Australia, based on their course. I've looked at their course before, and it's insanely good. I highly rate them.
Which one are you talking about? The bachelor's degree or the master's degree?
Well, both really, but the master's is also extremely good. Is that the one you're doing, or you're just doing the bachelor's, or?
Actually, I just graduated from my bachelor's degree in computer science literally today, and my scores
Congrats.
are good enough. Thank you.
I'll drink to that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I consulted my counselor, and she told me that my scores are good enough to get into the list of universities. And there was Monash, Deakin, RMIT, and I really like the Deakin courses as well. And they have work integrated learning in them, in which like you get an internship in the final semester while you're like it's part of the curriculum. So I really liked it. So you get some hands-on knowledge for it, which can help you later to get into the industry as well.
Absolutely.
Like getting your foot into the door.
Yeah. What I would be doing if I was you, I'd be applying to some of the larger managed service providers who are offering some sort of cybersecurity services. So some of those are like Kinetic IT. They have offices all around Australia. NTT also have offices all over the world because they bought out Dimension Data. Dimension Data? Yeah, Dimension Data. And yeah, I'd just be aiming for those larger companies. They're usually in each major city. So if you plan on staying in Melbourne or potentially even Sydney or Brisbane or Adelaide, Perth, they do usually, each of those companies has an office in those locations as well. So that would be the scope, I guess, of companies. The scope of work is going to range from you're probably having a better chance getting into something like AppSec or to work as a pen tester if you have an OSCP. So if it was me doing the master's degree, I would probably towards the end start looking towards the OSCP certification, because I was just talking to a recruiter in Sydney yesterday, and we were talking about this exact topic, and he was saying that people with OSCPs get hired despite their visa. So like obviously you have to have the right visa to be able to work, so you would need a working visa after completing your degree. But yeah, with an OSCP tied in with your degree and the degree that you've just finished today, I think you're very employable, to be honest. So yeah, I think there's a good chance for you, man.
The OSCP will be for red teaming, right? But I'm mostly interested in blue teaming. Like right now, I'm looking into Azure security, so cloud administration and security. They have two certifications for that, so I'm studying for them as well right now. So,
Nice.
is there a chance in blue teaming?
Absolutely, yeah, there is. I was just saying the higher chance is in the red team at the moment. Saying that though, you're going to take a little while to do your degree, as well as that additional study. So you will need to, complete that first before getting into a job. But yes, there is opportunities for blue team as well. It's just slightly less likely than a red team position.
Okay. That will be a thank you so much, DC, for giving me an opportunity to speak with you.
No worries, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to put you back to the audience, and I'll grab Saber Turbo. I'll invite him in to speak, and yeah, we can see what he has to say.
Hey there, DC. How you going?
Good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
What you got? What's your question for me, man?
Well, basically, I just got my Cert 4 in cybersecurity today, and I did speak to you about a month ago.
Hell yes, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Did you talk to me through CyberSec guidance?
that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
recognize your voice. I was like, I remember. I know this guy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
So,
Wow, congrats.
and I've also started my tech support role at Aussie Broadband 2
Yep.
weeks ago.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm still about 80% there regarding the AWS certification. In the meantime, I've been doing a lot of the try hack me stuff on Wireshark and all the and doing a bit of Udemy stuff on Python at the moment.
Yep.
And also, I'm just getting my virtual machine set up as well at home in the meantime.
Nice.
The whole defense and attack machines.
Good to hear you took my advice on those
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
loving it.
because they're pretty damn good. I just haven't had the time to update my resume as of yet because of work, because I've just started as well. But yeah, I do want to advise the people that are listening. It's a great opportunity to talk to DC on one-on-one during the cybersec guidance stuff. It does really help you and build a pathway. I guess, yeah.
Thank you. It's
yeah,
very nice of you
so
to say, man. Cheers.
I
For
would
that.
100% recommend it, and yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
That's all I wanted to say really, because yeah, in the meantime I'm currently want to update my resume as well,
Right.
and I've been looking around at Connecticut and all those major MSPs around Perth at the moment, because that's where I'm situated. So yeah,
Yeah, nice, man.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, let me know if you want help with that resume as well. I'll be happy to help out.
Yeah, I do
And,
appreciate that.
Get that over the line for you.
Yeah. So I'm just looking, because I don't have much experience in IT, like I said to you, but yeah, I'm probably my plans to hang around in this tech support role for about 6 months, and then probably jump ship once I've got my AWS cert, my Azure, and I have a much better, deeper understanding, and I guess, because
Yep.
yeah, that's what I feel like I've got to do next.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to stick around there for a little while as well, just to gain that experience. And like Aussie Broadband's not a small company either, so
That's right. Yeah.
it's a good place to start with for sure.
I was also gonna ask you, do you reckon it's a good idea to start uni as well, like do it part time, while I'm doing all the certs and all that, or?
I'd probably look at the certs first, seeing as you've already got the Cert 4 and you've already got a foot in the door with experience. I'd start looking at completing those certs and then working towards gaining more experience, and then applying for jobs from there and see how you go.
Alright.
I think it's a pretty good market at the moment. It's definitely an employer's market currently. So definitely have a look at just applying for jobs and give it a go, man.
There you go. All right, yeah. Because I've been thinking of doing a like a bachelor's degree part time as well, but not as of now. After I do a couple certs, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe a bit later, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't do
Because
it right away. Yeah, I'd probably
because I
take a
feel
break
like
after the Cert 4.
yeah, so I feel like the bachelor's degree is quite a big step. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
it definitely is well, yeah, it is and it isn't. It's just a different environment for learning, to be honest. But
fair enough.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but in terms of value, I guess compared to
in terms of value, it is a big
yeah,
step.
that's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
Well,
Okay,
it's
was
been a
that all the
pleasure.
questions or?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Sweet, man.
I'd just like to thank the old cybersec guidance program you got running up and starting and going well for you, as I can see on LinkedIn. But yeah,
Yeah,
keep it
definitely
up
going
on
well.
your end. Yeah,
Thanks, man. Yeah, cheers for
great.
that. I appreciate it. That's very
No
nice of you
worries.
to say.
It's all good.
Alrighty, I'm going to grab Sirac in here to speak. We've got a bit of a queue now of people wanting to have a chat. Cheers, Christian Pop, for the 25 Romanian money. Cheers for that. I'll buy another bottle of Scotch. Sirac, how's it going, man? You're gonna have to unmute yourself. No. Waiting. 3, 2, 1. And you're out. Sorry, mate. All right, Studio Sec. I'll invite him in. He's been in the queue here for a little while. How good is this stage thing? It shows like a little queue and everything. It's great. Studio Sec, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. What's on your mind? What's your question for me?
Hey, yeah. So, I mean, kind of starting off my career here in cybersecurity. Got a degree some time ago, but kind of hoping to kind of fix my eyes on the OSCP and eventually try to hop over to like some kind of a red team role. So, I guess I'm kind of early on the OSCP journey. I've been kind of working with Try Hack Me and some Hack the Box. But I was just kind of wondering what your thoughts are on trying to develop those skills prior to jumping into some of the paid offset curriculum. You know, like how I can really just best position myself for success as soon as I get started with that material.
Yeah. I'd say the best pathway to OSCP learning wise, the official material is quite good. Tied in together with something like the Try Hack Me offensive pathway is that's basically designed to help you get the OSCP. So that's usually what I advise people to do, is to do that offensive security pathway, because it does cover pretty much everything. I feel like it's a little bit light on the Windows side, like the AD privilege escalation stuff, but where that lacks, there is plenty of videos on YouTube to pick up on AD Privesc, as well as the official course documentation and labs that they give you as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the pathway I would take if I was going to do the OSCP again. I'd learn through doing Try Hack Me.
Awesome. Sweet. Yep. Just another unrelated follow-up question. Notice your, Chinese name, Dawei. Did you pick up some Chinese as well? I got like my minor, so I was kind of like, ooh, cool, more Chinese.
Yeah. My wife is Chinese, so I have picked up a little bit of Chinese before speaking to her and her family. I have the Dawei in there because a while back, there was a thing where people were putting in I don't know if it was just my Discord server, but it's the only one I really read. So everyone was putting like a character after their title or their name in the server. So I put my English name translated to Chinese. So my name is David. Dawei is the Chinese version of David. So I thought I'd just put that in there for a bit of fun, because people had like Korean and some like old Norse characters, and it was kind of cool. It was a bit diverse, so yeah, that's the only reason I put it in there, to be honest. But I thought it'd be kind of fun and a little bit different, and I don't know, just a bit of a joke, really.
Nah, I love it. Jinhao. All right, have a good one.
Okay, 再见.
再见.
All right. Next up, we have DC, apparently. I'm going to invite myself to the chat. This should be interesting. DC, how's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Why DC? I have to ask. Why?
Look, they're my initials, man. They're my initials.
Are they? Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess you're also a legend then.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were saying before about you were talking about the Deacon cybersecurity course. I did that.
Yeah.
I basically did that exactly. And to add on to the point of the guy you were talking to before, he was talking about how the degree has like the work integrated learning, get an internship.
Yeah.
Like Deacon has so many industry connections. Through my cybersecurity degree, I did an internship with NTT, and then
Nice.
now they kind of offered me the job after. So like,
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, so like 100% that cybersecurity degree at Deakin is like, I mean,
It's mint. And the course
Yeah, it's
content
100%.
is so good. It's so good. It's not just, and like the course content is great, which is a good start for any
yeah,
degree. But then, yeah, all these connections that you're talking about where they're talking
exactly.
with industry professionals who are looking for fresh graduates.
Yep.
And they're just throwing them straight in. So it does have a major benefit there of sort of feeding those, I guess, previous students or graduates into these programs. It's pretty cool, I think. But
And
yeah.
and they're constantly working on the course as well. So they've added more industry certs into the most recent, I think the 2021 entry course. They're adding like way more. So I did networking, but now they've added like kind of networking in security, and they just keep working on the course, which is insane.
Nice. What sort of stuff do they put in that? Was it all like port security and radius, VPNs, things like that, or?
Honestly, I'm not sure because when I did cybersecurity, I did it kind of when they first released the Bachelor. So it was just like basic networking, just like
Yeah.
the basics of networking. But now I've just
Yeah.
noticed they've added networking for security.
Cool.
So,
That's pretty
but-
awesome. Yeah.
but yeah. So what's your favorite Scotch?
Hard question. I actually really like the Chivas Regal 12-year one. That's a
Great
pretty
choice.
good one. The one I've got here is a Glen Moray 12-year. It's a single malt Scotch whiskey.
Yep.
I drink this one just with ice, which is what I've got going here, and
Yep.
it's pretty smooth. It doesn't have like any smoky aftertaste or anything, which some of them do, which is good for a change, I guess. But yeah, this one's it's a solid all-rounder. But yeah, probably the Chivas 12 is my favorite.
Yeah, delicious.
Nice.
I also have one more question. So,
Yeah, man.
like, I'm absolutely loving, like, I obviously love NTT. The culture's insane. They kind of make you feel like part of family. And I could 100% see a career. But my question is, I guess, when you're in the industry, how do you decide, or when do you kind of trust yourself to go into contracting? Because obviously there's a lot more money in contracting and you're kind of your own boss.
Yeah, there is a lot of downsides to contracting as well, though. So,
Okay.
yeah, I have a fair bit of experience with contracting, being my main income over the
Yeah.
last 10 years, I think. And yeah, the money is good, and it does sort of compensate for like a sick day. If you take a sick day,
Yep.
you normally wouldn't get paid for that. But saying that, there are some contracts within government and also to places like NTT where you can get a contract to fill a position for like 6 to
Yeah,
12
cool.
months. And in those
Yep.
positions, it's actually a full-time contract where you get all of the leave bonuses, but you still get paid a really good dollar. So
Yep.
those are the ones to really look out for. Yeah, I'd say skill-wise, I'd probably want to be working in that job for at least 2 years to have a pretty broad understanding of what you're going to be getting
Yep,
yourself into
of
with
course.
that contract, because they do really expect you to know exactly what you're doing. They don't want to explain too much. They'll just give you like a overview of the system, and then off you go. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. So it's like a 2 to 4 day, maybe a week, of
Yep.
introduce yourself to the systems, and then after that, it's just guns blazing. So it is very full on in comparison to a full-time position. But yeah, you sort of have to weigh out the pros and cons. Like the job security is definitely less. Like if you're getting paid directly to your own ABN type situation, you also have to manage your own tax and super and things like that, which is quite tricky. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good learning experience. If you really like a fast-paced work environment, then it's quite good. If you prefer to sort of go through and work the processes of the place that you're going to work full time, then it's a totally different kettle of fish to get involved with. So that's sort of an answer, but not really. I guess.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've just always kind of been interested in the differences, because obviously to me, the biggest differences that just stand out are like security and basically not security in terms of having a job, like having a consistent job.
That's it. Yeah, but saying that, there are plenty of contract jobs out there. There's a never-ending supply. I'd say on a weekly basis, I see at least 5 to 10 in my geographical area. Excuse me. So there is plenty of them out there, but and normally most people who contract tend to take like a month off in between contracts, just to sort of chill out, which is kind of nice as well to have that like a really solid holiday at the end.
That's quite appealing.
Yeah, that was pretty much the main reason I like contracting, to be honest, apart from the money, which is probably the number one reason.
Yeah. I feel like, I guess with the contracting as well, you'd have to kind of be a bit more of your own accountant in terms of, like organizing it throughout the whole year and stuff like that, instead of getting the consistent.
There are lots of free tools out there. Like there's one called Wave Invoicing where you can have it can read your bank account, and basically all you do is set up a separate bank account where the money comes in, and it will help you to organize how much tax you need to pay out of that, and you just have to do the super yourself. So just work out the percentage, and then you have to pay that to the super fund that you've nominated as well, unless of course you have a self-managed super fund, in which case you just pay it to that one. But yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you.
All right, no worries. It's good chatting to you. I'll move you back to the audience. I'm going to have, before I answer some more speakers, I'm going to have a look at the chat quickly and see what's going on. Someone's asking where the dog is. The dog is like directly here. You probably can't see it because that Discord window is there, but there you go. There she is. She's just having a little snooze. I'll move this back over here because it's better there. Yeah, there we go. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it there. Doesn't matter. Some questions. So, what is your best resource for new vulnerabilities? The CVE website is pretty good for checking vulnerabilities. You can list it and sort it by the latest one that's been added to the list. So, yeah. All right, Satish, I'm gonna add you in. I'll send you an invite, and we can have a quick little chat.
Hello.
Satish, how's it going, man?
Hello.
How are you? Can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good. What's your question for me, mate?
Which one is best? Learn cybersecurity hack me or hack the box?
Was that try hack me or hack the box?
Which one is best for beginner?
For a beginner, definitely try hack me. I would say they have a full beginner's pathway, which is quite useful to go through and learn. Whereas hack the box, it does have a beginner's pathway sort of, but it's a little bit more of a steep learning curve. So I would say try hack me for sure.
Which skill built in beginner?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch that.
Let's beginner के लिए कौन सी skill चाहिए as a beginner start? Which skill is built as beginner?
I did not understand that question. Sorry. I
Uh,
didn't understand what you said. Sorry.
Where start as a cybersecurity first? Learn.
What to learn first in cybersecurity?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. We got the question.
But my English is very poor.
No, you're okay. It's all good, mate. It's my problem. I can't understand. I would say the best place to start learning is to start by doing CTFs because they are quite fun to learn. They cover a little bit of the basic knowledge that you need to know as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I would say just go through some CTFs. Have a look at a website called ctftime.org, as well as overthewire.org as well, I think, because it has a series on there called the Bandit series, which is quite useful for learning through different methods of pen testing through Linux. As you may know, Bash is quite a large piece of cybersecurity, and the Over the Wire Bandit series has a large amount of information on pen testing through pen testing through networks with Bash, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Did you have any other questions, mate?
Yes. Previous escalation. Can you create this previous escalation? Can you create this video on this topic? Previous
Video
escalation.
on privilege. Yeah, in what? In like Privesk
Which
through
is
PowerShell?
very
or
hard.
A very hard one. Okay.
Yes.
Probably the one that's not really ever covered or not covered much is well, there's two. There's probably API Privesk as well as PowerShell Privesk, and I could actually tie the two together by potentially doing a Privesk of an API into something like Microsoft Power Apps or even Flow maybe, or Azure if I can get a public API through there, and yeah, give that a try. But honestly, that's going to be pretty tricky to learn through. So yeah, I'll see if I can make a video on that one. I think it'll be a pretty interesting video to make.
This topic is very hard. In previous escalation is most common is very hard.
I think so. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult one to learn for sure. But yeah, it's not impossible. So
It's not. Can you create this video in topics on YouTube?
Yeah,
the basic.
I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll see if I can get that done in soon. I do have some lab videos coming out soon though on building your own cybersecurity lab, which has been on my to-do list for a very long time now, and yeah, I'll get those videos out first, and then I'll have a look at privilege escalation.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
No worries. Thanks for having a chat, mate. Let's have a talk to Kazaa. Fun fact about Kazaa. Does anyone remember the app Kazaa from way back? It was like a music download app, I think. I think Kazaa might have gone AWOL, so I might have to... Oh, I can't uninvite people. That's annoying. Let's have a look at the chat here. You can use text-to-speech in Google Translate. Really? That's interesting. Any suggestion on where to start in machine learning? There's actually no like real resources on how to get started in machine learning that I've seen. There's paid resources, of course, but free resources, I don't think there is any. Kazaa is gone, so I'm going to dismiss that one. Let's have a chat to Userware. I'll invite him in to have a chat, or her, and yeah, userware, accept the invite, dude. Or don't. I mean, you've been in the waiting list for a pretty long time, so up to you. No one on userware? Come on, userware. Wakey, wakey. No deal. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. And dismissed. All right, let's have a chat to Widow. Widow, if you're here, accept the invitation to talk and unmute yourself.
Hello,
Hey, how's it going?
it's good. How are
It's
you?
good. I'm fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. What
Oh.
question do you have for me, mate?
I actually don't have a question. I just need a suggestion. I am just starting bug bounty and I find that the CTF challenges have JavaScript just written in the normal format. So we can understand that. But on the real website, it's more sophisticated or it is more complex. Then how to find like a vulnerability or bugs in that files?
It's all going to come down to the recon that you're doing. So I would probably expand on that recon that you're actually doing to find other ways to move laterally into that potential vulnerability. Yeah, I think anyway. So does that sort of make sense, or is that not quite the question you were asking?
Yeah, that makes sense. I also have one more question. For example, if we are testing on a website for quite a long time, for around a week, then how do we know that this is the time to give up on that website and change the target?
It's actually a funny question because I'm a very impatient person, and 1 week of performing recon on a target is, to be honest, very unlikely for me. I'll probably spend 1 or 2 days tops on a target myself. So yeah, I mean, 1 week is pretty extreme. At the same time though, if you're looking to just get one type of bug, I think that's where the problem is going to lie. I would do more of a spray and pray after 1 week and see what else there is that's potentially vulnerable that you can exploit or potentially exploit. So
Okay, so
I'd start looking for another bug, basically.
means on the same target we have to look for different bugs after time.
Oh, okay. You have to look for the same bugs on one target.
Okay. Can you suggest some tools? Can you suggest some tools for the beginners like me?
Yes, there's a tool on my website actually, which is a automated recon script, which essentially is an enumeration script, but it automatically spits out the easily found vulnerabilities. Another one is I'd probably have a look at LinPeas and WinPeas as well as a tool to sort of get started with. And then further down the line, have a look at the Hydra tool set, because there's quite a lot you can do with Hydra, and understanding how those vulnerabilities work as well is quite useful.
Okay, so last question of mine was that growing popularity of the web developer consoles. Do you suggest that we should use developer consoles for like a normal inspecting the requests or viewing the files other than burp?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's a bad option at all. I mean, you can do quite a lot with the developer's console, especially with JavaScripts and things like that. So yeah, absolutely. I think developer's console is awesome.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask this question to someone experienced. Did you have burnouts or breakouts when you were starting in bug bounty or penetration testing? Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, I still do to this very day. I get burnt out very often, especially not so much with bug bounties, because I don't do an awful lot of bug bounty
Yeah.
anymore, because it's quite time consuming. But yeah, even with just normal tasks, of course I get burnt out. You can't keep going on the same thing over and over and over again without sort of feeling the pressure that you're not finding something, or potentially experiencing some imposter syndrome, and just sort of thinking you're not good enough. It does happen to everyone, and I don't really want to give any advice, because I don't think I'm in the right place to give any advice on that. But yeah, I definitely do experience burnout quite often, actually.
Okay, so thank you for making good content and keep making content for us. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, man. It's good to have a chat. The next person up, I'll get this Kazar person back in, because I think they want to have a chat. Where are they? Kazar, come on. I'm inviting you again. No deal. Unlucky, mate. You
No.
missed it.
I didn't know how to
You
accept
made
it,
it.
dude. I've never
Hey!
done it before. I didn't know where it was.
Oh,
It was
dude.
I have this Connect Spotify at the top. It was like blending in with it because it's green as well.
Oh, right. I was like, come on. Where are you, dude? How's it going?
Yeah, good man. It's strange to talk to you. I've just watched all your videos and stuff. It's crazy to actually like talk to you.
Well, while you're feeling starstruck, lack of a better word, yeah, what's your question for me, dude?
So I'm one of those other guys was saying that like doing part-time bachelor degree. I'm actually doing part-time, and I just got hired on the service desk as well. So I reckon it's definitely doable. Because I reckon, yeah, get some experience in a low-level job, and then you develop as you go, because then you get that industry experience, and then the sky's the limit, right?
Pretty much, yeah. The thing with his situation is that he's already in a like a service desk position, which is why I was saying maybe just focus on doing those certs while gaining the experience from that job, and then to sort of move along from there, and then maybe do the part-time study later on. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, that's just do the bachelors just along the way, just part time. I reckon, because you get some companies that will pay for it as well, don't you? In the higher up salary positions.
Sometimes, yeah. Like I know NTT themselves do pay for some of their staff to get upskilled, and sometimes they give you like a study bonus as part of your job, so you can use that either for certifications or to take some money off doing a degree or whatever it is. Sometimes people choose to do a certificate. Sometimes people choose to do like another type of like a cert. It's like an industry standard cert. It really depends on what the job is to what they do. But yeah, some people do use it to study as well at university. So
yeah. What I'm trying to figure out is, because you're in the industry, obviously, of cybersecurity. So what do I actually need to know to do the job? Like, there's all this knowledge, but what do you actually need to know? Like, what are some things you need to know for a SOC analyst, for example?
For a SOC analyst, understanding how Splunk works is a pretty big piece, because if they're not using Splunk, they're probably using something fairly similar that's using a similar set of technologies or commands or plugins. So I'd recommend Splunk as the number one tool. Get a good understanding of infrastructure and virtual machines, as well as some basic networking as well. This is why they sort of bring people in from network engineer or network security engineer roles, and sometimes some sysadmin type roles into cybersecurity more often than like a fresh graduate, although that does happen as well. It's because they already have that prior knowledge of how a system is built and potentially how to break it. So it's a short step from there to learning those different, I guess, vulnerabilities of the systems that you've built to understand how to do those jobs in a SOC. And even like that applies for both blue and red team roles, because if you're not breaking it, then you're protecting it. So it sort of works both ways.
Definitely, understand that. In Australia, do people do employers like look upon like having a YouTube channel, having your own personal brand? Like I see you've built it up. You're kind of the only one in Australia that's actually done that I'm aware of. Significantly. Is that something that potential employers are actually looking for, to have your own personal brand?
Not really, to be honest, but having a blog or having some sort of presence on something like LinkedIn or Medium is definitely worthwhile as well, because you can then prove those skills and reference that website or blog or whatever it is on your resume for them to look at and sort of understand how you work, which is pretty cool. I'd put most of that stuff under like home lab learning things on a resume though, to really target that you know these skills and you have worked with these tools before.
Yep. No worries. Thanks for your time, mate. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, will do, dude. Finally got to have a chat.
Yeah. Got there.
All right. Catch you, mate.
Catch you, man. See ya.
All right. Before I invite some more people in, I'll invite Gizmo in next. But let's have a look at the chat in YouTube here and see what's going on. I know says, how old are you? Apparently you don't know. I'm 33 years old. Let's have a look for some other questions. Someone says coding. So I think everyone's sort of answering their own questions in there, which is probably a first, because I normally answer the questions in the chat, but this time I'm answering the questions live, just for something a little bit different. I'm just going to have a quick drink before I answer this next guy. All right. Gizmo. Inviting Gizmo in. Let's have a chat. Gizmo accepted. Hey, Gizmo's in. How's it going, man?
Hi. It's good. How about you?
I'm good. What can I help you with?
I have some suggestion. I recently started doing bug hunting. I previously did some course on it, and also do some reps on web security at Academy by Coursera, and completed some rooms on TryHackMe. But I am not able to find any bugs on my website. So I just want to know what one should consider for choosing their first target as a beginner.
I want to ask first, what bugs are you looking for at the moment?
I basically look for IDOR, cross-site scripting, and access control. Try to just sorry, I am quite nervous.
No, you're right.
I basically look for IDOR, access control, authentication bypass, and cross-site scripting.
Okay, so focusing on, and which out of those, which are your, I guess, two main focus points?
It's IDOR, and the second one is I think access control,
right?
Which also come in.
I'd probably change. If it was me, I'd change access control to XSS, just because it is a little bit more common. Also, maybe choose some of the smaller bounties out there. So I know the big ones are very alluring, or they sort of draw you in because of the big names and the big company names. But when I was doing bug bounties, I found the smaller bounties were actually the easier ones to find. And I mean, it made me feel good being able to find something. and that's why I sort of kept pushing on with it, because once you get that ball rolling, it's like the snowball effect where you just keep going and going and going, and you start learning different things along the way, which definitely help out and help to boost your confidence, which is probably the one point of bug bounties that no one seems to mention, is that having that confidence to find bugs, and if you found a bug before, you'll find another one. And I think it's a fairly important point to have there, that having confidence in yourself is going to be the greatest asset in finding more bugs.
Thanks for your advice. I also want to know, should you give me some suggestion what is the best bug for beginners? Which bugs one should have to focus on? Basically, I only focus on IDOR and access control. So is there any other bugs you want to give advice, except from cross-site scripting?
Aside, yeah, probably it's going to be IDOR actually, but you're already looking for that one. Access control is good but tricky. Yeah, it's probably going to be IDOR, I reckon. Just because it's a little bit more, it's a bit easier to get basically. So yeah, IDOR and XSS are definitely the two that I'd be going for if I started up doing bug bounties again.
Okay. Can you also give me some suggestion on how to improve my profile? Because I am currently in my final year of my college, and I done some internship on cybersecurity, but they basically are not quite good enough, where I don't learn quite. So I just want to know how to improve my profile. I asked about it, and many of different person give different advice. Some of them say do some bug hunting, some of them say do certification, some of them say do some project, and so on. So I am not sure. Okay.
I think bug bounties, for me honestly, I think bug bounties are a huge time sap. They take away so much of your time to go through and do these different bugs. I think the time is actually going to be better spent doing something like building a home lab to prove your skills and to sort of show that you can build those systems, and you can build something that is like the lab that I've been trying to make a video for a long time. It's what I'm trying to do with that lab, and to show you guys how to make that lab, is to essentially have a attack and defense system. So you build a vulnerable Windows machine, and you then have a Kali Linux or a Parrot or whatever hacking operating system you want. You put them both in a virtual machine, put a firewall in between, and start hitting that vulnerable box with every vulnerability that you know. So, host a web server on there and make it vulnerable. Put a WordPress site on there or something with a bunch of really outdated plugins. And you'll see that traffic going through the firewall. And you can use something free as well, like pfSense or any of the free ones. And I think that is honestly the best way to learn, because it's very hands-on experience that you'll be able to understand the whole system. So not just building the system, not just penetrating the system, but also defending the system. It's a great way to learn. Apart from that, having certifications is always good for an employer, to be able to show that you have those skills and the piece of paper to prove it. So, yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I made attack and defense rep after seeing your video, but it's quite hard for me. I use Ubuntu server. I use Ubuntu server and fire some and install some vulnerable version of SSH and other software.
Yep.
But still, yeah. Can you also share me some other project except from attack and defense?
You could also build your own tools, which could be quite useful. I'm sure you have some tools that you're using at the moment. The easiest way to go about this is to do what everyone hates doing, or hate saying that they do, which is to go to GitHub and find some really great tools and mash them together to make your own really strong tool for something like enumeration or matching CVEs. I think like those tools are pretty good to showcase, especially if you're going for a pen testing role. But yeah, I mean, basically, just I know you're really into bug bounties, but I feel like honestly they are quite a takeaway of your time to really get involved in. So yeah, I think there's better ways to learn than doing bug bounties, but that's not to discount that bug bounties are a great learning experience themselves. They're just very time consuming.
Yeah, I know, but one thing is very time consuming. I also try doing network security and I also do some computer some labs for network pen testing. But
Yeah.
many of them say that you do have to do bug hunting for getting an internship in India. And in India, it is very hard to get internship because in cybersecurity without having a proper experience. So that's why I started doing bug hunting for getting some achievements so I can showcase it in on my profile. That's why I started doing. I also have to do some network pen testing on TryHackMe.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks for your advice. Thanks very much.
No, you're all right. I think it's I'm just going to move you back into the audience. I think those pathways that you're doing are pretty good to do. Like you seem to have a pretty good hold on exactly what you need to learn and what you want to learn to get the job. It's more just keeping on going with those tasks and to sort of keep pushing through with it. I think that's the best way to do it, and you're already halfway there. Before I invite some people back into the voice chat, I'll do a quick shout out to CyberSec Guidance. If you would like some one-on-one guidance with me, I do have 1 hour sessions face-to-face where I will talk with you about your cybersecurity pathway, what certifications you should be doing, what home learning you should be doing. It's basically free chat after that you can just keep hitting me up with questions. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good service. The people who have had it have said to me that it's quite good. If you have a look at my LinkedIn, you'd be able to see those as well. To answer Keenan Highwood's question, he said, "Mate, you're downing that Scotch. Was it a rough day?" It's been a rough week, which is why I'm absolutely smashing through this this Scotch. But let's not get into that. I'll get VE511T into the chat in 1 second. Ugh, delicious. All right, VE511T, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
You're here. What's up? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm Sai from India.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you. Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah,
What's your question, mate?
yeah, I'm just completed my graduation.
Yep.
I'm searching for jobs, cybersecurity. I have a knowledge in, web application and vulnerable application, mobile application. Right now,
Yep.
just 3 months back, I started bug hunting also.
Right.
From now, I started CTF, but my
Right.
graduation is completed. I'm trying for jobs. I don't know which jobs could I come. Search for which jobs, which job roles, and which
Yep.
companies are best for this. I'm very confused. I'm confusing this all the things.
Right. I think
Can you help me for
are
that?
you in India or?
India, yeah, I'm in
Right.
India.
Okay, so in India, there's a huge service that's available, which is security as a service. Like in Australia, we would call it a managed service provider, but in India, they seem to
Okay.
call it a security as a service. And basically, what it is
SaaS.
a company will create a virtual SOC or virtual security operations center, and they'll employ people to manage various customer systems through this SOC system. So they'll get all of the alerts into that SOC where it's segregated out per client, and you then essentially protect those customers' environments. There are entry level roles, but the market in India is quite it's quite hard, to be completely honest, based on that there's so many people in India. So I think for you, it's going to be more about really proving your skills, showcase that you are better or more employable than someone else who's applying for the same job. There are
Yeah.
also some remote opportunities, especially in the US and UK, and there was quite a lot in Singapore, but that's kind of died down a little bit. But there are still opportunities in Singapore to work remotely, where you are doing a similar sort of service or even pen testing. But with that, it does require a little bit more experience to sort of get into. So if it was me in India, I would be applying for jobs in India at the moment.
Yeah, which job roles can I apply? There are pen testing, VAPT, security analyst.
Out of those, you probably could go for pen testing, but I'd be looking at getting an OSCP. Apart from that, if you're going into a security analyst role or security engineer, the CompTIA CYSA Plus is probably the best certification for you to get.
By the way, which companies are very best for securities? I mean, in software there are IBM, Infosys, TCS, like that.
Which companies are the best for getting a job?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
not
which
too
companies
sure.
can I look for? I mean, which companies are look for? Which are the only for security purpose?
I'd probably just be applying for absolutely everything if it was me, because the market is quite hard in India.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very confusing with after my graduation.
Yeah, I'd just be applying for absolutely everything. To be honest, it's a tough market,
Yeah.
and yeah.
But everything showing experience needed. Every application showing experience in LinkedIn
Yeah.
also.
The thing with experience is that they look for someone who has a lot of experience, but no one really has that much experience. So don't let the experience on those job advertisements push you away from applying for it. They literally do that just to scare away the people who don't want to apply for that job or don't think they have the skills. So you just need to sort of think that you are amazing, that you have the 300 years of experience that they want for these jobs, and just apply for them anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I have another question also.
Of
I'm
course.
trying bug hunting. I'm trying bug huntings in HackerOne and Bugcrowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying in bugs in HackerOne and Bugcrowd. But there is
Okay.
I'm not finding any first one also. I'm trying from 3 months or 4 months.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying process scripting, IDARs, file inclusion, file uploading, SQL injection,
Yep.
no rate limiting also.
Have you had any success with those yet, or
Sorry.
do you have you had any success in finding bugs in those systems yet?
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yes.
I close the after some time I close the program also. I'm just
Right.
get frustrated.
Yeah. This is why I don't really recommend bug bounties too often, is because it's very
Yeah.
demoralizing.
I'm trying 1 or 2 days from one program. After that, I exit that program. I leave bug hunting for 1 week.
Wow. Okay.
After that, I just do that because of I'm doing web PT, pentest PP, pentest, and CTF, and mobile
Yeah.
application also.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I'll just move you back to the audience. It does sound like you have a pretty good grasp on what you're looking to get a job in. I think it's just going to come down to actually applying for those jobs, to be honest, and not being phased by the experience requirements. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky to get into, but don't let that deter you from actually applying. When you see these jobs that need like 8 years experience, because keep in mind that no one, like hardly anyone has that much experience. I wouldn't say no one, but I would say hardly anyone has experience that's required. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be looking towards that. If there are internship opportunities, that's a great way to gain experience depending on the internship. There are a lot of internship offerings out there, especially in India, that are offering internships where they will basically take your money and not give you much of a result. So it's a little bit tricky to navigate, but just do a little bit of research on those internships and you'll find that there are opportunities out there that are definitely worthwhile. Nitin Doobie says bug bounty is not for everyone. Blue side of security roles are also there. Yeah, I'm gonna invite Cyber Vibe because he's been in the waiting list for a very, very long time. So thank you for sticking around, Cyber Vibe. How's it going, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate. Good. How are you?
Good. Can I call you Dave? Because basically I'm David as well. You did my resume a few weeks back, if you remembered.
Yeah, I remember you.
Hey, yeah. Just haven't taken the time to, thank you properly for the amazing work you did. Huge shout out to you.
Oh man, thanks. Did you just join this? You've been waiting in the voice chat for ages.
Yeah, bro.
Did you just
my friend just linked me your stream, and I'm like, oh shit, he's streaming tonight. So I'm like, oh yeah, I might as well just come in and hang out with you, man. Like, I mean,
that's awesome. Yeah, man.
It's Friday night, but I'm like, whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's have a chat. What have you been up to?
Just been so swamped with been doing stock lately, man. You probably heard of like all these attacks and stuff going on.
How's Print Nightmare going for you? You loving it or are you hating
bro,
it?
like honestly, I've seen so many ransomware like this week and I'm just like
it's been a wild ride recently, to be honest.
100%.
It's all fun and games of cybersecurity though. Are you drinking as well, or is it just me here having a drink?
I should, hey, but I think I need to stock some stuff up. Freaking Sydney lockdown, bro. Have you seen the news? It's crazy.
Dude, 136 cases today. That's
yeah, man. Honestly,
and like 58 in the community.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm so scared to the point of like going out right now because it's just like,
yeah. What's the
I don't know. I want to limit
like
exposure as much as I can because I don't know. Like we live in a world where things are being delivered anyway. So yeah,
That's true. Yeah. So are you working from home or?
Yeah, just working from home. Usually, not much happening. Just more involved doing SOC and stuff. But I'm looking to sit my CompTIA Security Plus soon. I should be doing this for a long time, but it's just I don't know. I've just been so busy with work.
That's it. I mean, well, yeah, the experience is pretty much key for you, like I said the other day.
100%.
But I mean, get it done.
The other day, I read the news this morning, and like government, like Service New South Wales and stuff, is looking to hire more permanent staff because the contractors are just basically finishing their job properly or something.
Yeah, I think basically they were finishing their job, but their contracts came up for end, and the government recently made a change to the maximum amount of full-time employees that an agency can have.
Right.
Previously, they would employ, like, a small agency would have like 5 people in a SOC, and then if they needed more resources, they had to get them as contractors. And that's not so much of an option anymore. But I mean, they'll still fill those positions because there's plenty of work to actually do within a SOC, as you would know.
100%. Yeah.
So it's a never-ending stream of tickets and alerts, but
100%. What do you think about like I don't know. Sorry, this is a bit out of topic, but moving from like a SOC analyst to like say a security engineer, like what would be the next step you reckon?
It's really going to come down to experience, to be completely honest.
True.
But do you mean like as far as learning goes? Or
Yeah, like learning
certifications,
goes
or-
and stuff. Because right now, I guess that my next step is probably looking into like doing threat modeling and stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But like that's some next level stuff, man.
Yeah, it is, but you can become like a specialist in those areas, which is kind of cool. So once
Yeah.
you get to like specialist levels, if you want, those are definitely higher paying roles. I'm going to invite Demigod Gazzarello, also known as Gazzarello Mozzarella, into the chat because he also works in a SOC team. Gaz, how's it going?
Hello, how you going?
Oh, damn, that voice.
Oh, hey, Gav.
Hey,
Sorry,
dude,
I
so
haven't
going?
invested in a proper mic yet.
Oh no, it's alright. It was only until I was able to get away with some of the COVID tax stuff that I was able to get a new mic. So,
Hey.
Speaking about tax time, I haven't done mine yet. Oh god.
Oh, you should.
I know. Oh, it should be
Money
good.
in the bank.
Just in regards to your thing for going into like cyber engineer stuff. I've had a really interesting conversation. So to give a bit of background, I'm a tier 1 SOC analyst. I took a bit of a demotion in a sense in order to get it. And having conversations with like being asked to become a cybersec engineer. A lot of the questions around hasn't really been so much as been exposure or skill set, more so as how you think. If you kind of know what I mean, like the kind of mindset that you're in. So when you're dealing with like cyber incidents, for instance, how far down that rabbit hole do you want to go?
That's right. Okay.
Mm.
Wow.
Keep talking. I'm typing some messages in here just quickly.
Okay. So is and you touched on going into like threat modeling, that sort of stuff.
No.
That's
yeah. Sorry, you go.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. For like threat modeling, I was just thinking like it's probably the next pathway I reckon as like teaming. Hey, like, because right now we know how to say, oh, there's an alert that comes in. You know how to like triage your way through it and investigate, saying whether if this is like a compromise or this is just a benign kind of incident, right? So yeah, the next level I guess is probably threat model. Hey.
Yeah. Threat modeling, threat hunting as well.
I was just about to say, threat hunting is getting massive, especially in I think upcoming in AppSec as well as
100%.
With the cloud stuff. Obviously, is big already, but AppSec, from what I've heard from the recruiters I've been talking to, is the next big gold rush in cybersecurity. So. Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot of threat modeling or threat hunting within those sort of systems themselves, and it's pretty cool. There's quite a lot you can do there.
You would also
like cloud is the way to go.
Well, yeah, essentially, because you've got cloud is such a large unknown attack vector that a lot of people have yet to sort of figure out. And like the other thing as well is like if you're going to go down that threat hunting, threat modeling, identifying the landscape sort of thing, depending on the like your company, you might not end up going into like a security engineering role. You might end up going into more like a tier 2 analyst space or like a more specific threat hunting space or analyst space.
Right.
So would you like consider going into something like other than like engineering, or would you prefer
Honestly, I just try to grab a hold of doing SOC, because
Okay,
there's just some like constant incidents coming in, and
Yeah.
I think after a while it's just like the alerts, I guess, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, I definitely know what you're. Yeah, I definitely am picking up what you're putting down. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite Useware into this conversation as well because he's been in the request to speak thing for ages. So, Useware,
Yes,
come on in, dude.
finally. Thank you so much. It didn't give me a pop-up message. I swear to God, like, where? It's not giving me anything. And now it finally did. There's a glitch in Discord.
Dude,
Thank
have
you
you got
so
a
much.
vocoder or is that your actual voice? Because that's insane.
That's my voice changer.
Holy shit, how cool is it?
Yeah, I'll send you in the chat in the meanwhile. But let's get to the question. Or even better, let me introduce myself. Hello everyone, or rather, how's it going users? My name is Useware. I'm also a member of GoSec. And if you never heard of the interview from Hackersploit, you should check it right away. I'm sure you saw me at the Haunted Hacker crew. They interviewed us, by the way.
Yeah. I actually, I think I remember you from... Was that the same interview that I was in with you?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not in the Zoom calls because, I don't trust Zoom because FBI trying to collect data for the surveillance state, as you know. Because, I don't trust Zoom. And I was reading articles about it.
Yep.
So, anyways, allow me to answer this. Let me ask you this question.
Hit me.
After the Kaseya hack, how busy were you busy at that time after the Kaseya hack has happened, the ransomware group Rebel team? Like, were you busy after the ransomware attack has been happened?
I personally wasn't, actually. Not at all. But I don't know about Gaz. I don't know if you were busy with the Kaseya hack at all, but I know some guys in other organizations were very busy because they themselves were using Kaseya and had their own systems that they needed to patch and try to fix. So, yeah. But me, myself, I wasn't busy at all. I had nothing to do with it.
In case any of you never heard of the news, the Rebel ransomware, they vanished out of nowhere. And one of the spokesperson in the unknown, through the Russian forum called xss.is, they got banned.
Right.
It's surprising. It's surprising to me. It's like, whoa, what the hell did happen? How did this happen? And we will never know, no matter what.
You reckon? You reckon that news will never come out?
Yeah, I just keep things up to date and see what's going on. And even during my operations, during Op Lebanon after the Beirut Lebanon bombing, there weren't articles about us because there's leaks because of due to corruption.
Okay.
You've not heard of it.
It's interesting. So you yourself, were you quite busy with the Kaseya thing that went on?
No. I just saw the news, but I was busy with other things and different operations like Colombia or Lebanon, like corrupted governments around the world.
Right. Okay. So
that's what we're doing right now.
I have to ask you a question then. Private or government? I'm assuming private.
What do you mean by that?
Like, what sort of systems are you primarily working with?
I don't understand. Like, this is not. You're not being specific. What do you mean by public or private? Like infiltrating security systems or what?
Like a private company or a government system itself. Which ones are you on the protect or attack side of? I'm just curious.
Well, oh no.
You don't have to answer, of course. It doesn't matter.
No. Let me answer because I have to understand what you're trying to mean. We GoSec focus on offensive side of things to infiltrate both public and private companies. But it actually depends. If we have to leak, once we get access to the data, we have to give our judgment. Are they good companies, they protect their customer data, or they sell the data? And if they did that, we're going to leak it as a way to educate the people from the public to spread awareness, like, hey users, are you okay with this? Are you gonna let them get away to selling your data for without asking your consent? I wouldn't never accept giving them money.
Now I understand why my question made no sense, because you're kind of on the advocacy side more than anything, trying to promote better security. Am I right?
Speaking of security, I talked with hackers private. In his experience, when he was trying to, he was hired from North Africa to perform some pen testing. To his surprise, it was easy to red teaming, and you can actually send him an email to request some credentials, without any hesitation, no verification. And I said, did they have training or little training? No training. I said, that's even worse than my jaw just dropped right away. It's like, oh my god, what the hell is this? What kind of security do you have? I'm surprised, because, even the country has a corruption, it's not always the factor that they have lack security, but it often does. Just like the Lebanon bombing.
Right. So you would relate the... Yeah, okay. Fair enough. That's interesting. So did you have any questions, for, apart from the Kaseya thing? Did you have any sort of questions or anything else you wanted to sort of talk about? Or I want to give you as much time as possible because you're in that waiting queue for forever.
Yeah, I was crying. There's no pop-up. Where's my accept request? There's no pop-up. I was crying, and now I did. There's a glitch in Discord. I swear to God. What the hell?
Yeah, because it was weird because it was I think the requesting. I don't know. This is the first time I've done one. With
at least next time. Just give them a second chance. Never know. Sometimes it doesn't pop up, so
Next time I'll invite you in first so we can get the juicy questions out of the way first. Plus I want to hear that Dakota all over again, man.
Yeah. If you're gonna invite me in, let me know in Discord. Let me know in the DMs of Discord. Absolutely. And I'll give you my contact just in case. And just in case if I delete Discord, I'll give you my contact. Right. So my next question. Who's this question for? How do I improve myself for red teaming? And I'm gonna answer that question for everyone. We mentioned in the Hacksploit interview, you have to get started in exploit development to get ahead of time with the bad guys, cyber adversaries. And the other essential skills for red teaming is obfuscation. And trust me, you don't need assembly to write your own shellcode. No. There's a book called Cracking with Python Codes by Ciphering Techniques in Unity for Cypher and other weak ciphers that never used still it's breakable to security. XOR, Caesar Cipher, RC. I recommend start with Caesar Cipher and then to exclusive OR for ciphering the shellcode. And then do a bit of obfuscation. It doesn't have to be how can I say this? Very sophisticated. No, you can just use the generic to modify the source code. That's how I did it.
Why would you recommend starting with Caesar?
No, the Cypher Caesars, it's based on shifts. If you know the Old West uses the vaults to do some rotation to unlock the vault, that's Caesar Cypher. It's based on shifts, rotations. If you know about the Raw 13, it says rotate 13.
Yeah.
That's ciphering technique. Start with something simple so you can understand. Don't jump to RC4 or AES. That's beyond the beginner's level. You have to start something simple to understand what you're doing.
I'd agree.
So hopefully I'm actually working on it, by the way. It's actually Python. To my surprise, it didn't take me just a few lines to parse the shellcode, in just a few Google searches. Alright, how can I parse shellcode with Python? It starts the hexadecimal that starts with \x. And it's easy. And I found the answer right away. It's not hard. You don't have to be a genius. You just need to believe in yourself. And if you're wondering what problem solving looks like, this is what it looks like.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree. I was literally just saying that before, as you probably heard, is to really have confidence in yourself, to keep pushing forward and
speak about confidence, when I run the stage, especially when I'm seeing on the YouTube streams, I'm waiting for the comments, to be honest. I'm nervous as well, but I just take a deep breath and just go into the flow, and I'm feeling calm. Even though
you'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it. It's just
I'm actually trembling a bit because every time when I get an interview, of course I'm gonna be nervous the first time, but it's gotta go away. Just calm down. Seriously, just calm down for crying out loud. What the hell, huh?
Absolutely. Good boy. I'm gonna put the chat over to you because I saw you jumping in here just before.
Let's see the YouTube comments.
The YouTube
Because, you know,
comments
came
are
back
they're
for
pretty
moral
tame
support.
at the moment.
I'm reading it very quick. I'm reading it very carefully for you, so let's see. Would you recommend the SCI S8 Plus and Pentest Plus for a beginner? Well, if you've done for Security Plus, Network Plus, then go ahead. And in terms of price, like if you know the sorry if I stutter, if you know the Certified Ethical Hacking, the CEH, in terms of price, I would go with Pentest Plus.
Yeah, I think the CEH itself is actually a waste of money. And
I know people are, excuse my profanity, but if you're okay with it, talking shit about CEH, if you know what I mean by that.
yeah, a lot of people
But
badmouth it for sure.
if I'm gonna bash it by CEH, it's gonna be the price. Like resources, alright. But if anyone wants me to take the CEH, I'm not gonna take it because, you know, the price is just way too for me. So hell no. Hell no.
So
Not
would you
my money.
recommend a Pentest Plus over...
I'm gonna be honest. I don't study as a cybersecurity. Matter of fact, I study as software engineering, and hopefully it's my last year in college and finishing soon because I'm doing good. So I'm actually studying penetration testing as a hobby because anyone can do this self-taught without a certification. You just need to. And that's why I'm teaching myself without a certification. I'm teaching myself without anyone telling me what to do. I know what I'm doing.
That's it. So, good boy. What's
Hopefully I debunked everyone doubts like, do you need a certification? Yeah, sometimes it can be represented as but let's take from the WannaCry hero, Martian Hawkins, Malware Tech Bytes. He created his own blog post without a certification, like his own blog post, like explaining how the version going. Like he did this for when he was at a young age. So certification does not always mean as this is how you get into the job. No, it could be your blog post, and he got hired because what he wrote in his blog post. So yeah, certification doesn't always mean is the entrance to your job, but it's a proof. So you can have more than one way. It's just a proof that you have the skills. So yeah, hope they'll debunk everyone's doubts.
Even though you've got a vocoder on, you do sound super familiar. I have to admit.
You all know. If you know me, my answer will be, I'm not gonna confirm nor deny. And let me tell you this: when I was in John Hammett's server, and someone in the gaming voice, they were talking shit to each other. I said, "Yeah, I'm talking to this anonymous voice." I said, "Who, me?" "Yeah, where are you from?" I'm not gonna answer that. "Yeah, you sound like you're from North America." I'm not gonna confirm nor deny. And that's how my OPSEC works. Never give your answer away. Ever. Keep your mouth shut.
Keep up the OPSEC, dude. It's working for you so far,
Oh,
apparently, so...
Oh yeah, before I go, the question's anyone's gonna answer me, or trying to request me and request me as a friend. I'm not gonna reply to anyone because I gotta take my OPSEC very seriously. Since recognition has been out there, I have no idea, maybe the law enforcement ass, so I gotta take my OPSEC. So yeah, if anyone's trying to request give me a sorry, but I'm not gonna accept. I can't trust it. Like, I gotta take this seriously.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, it's gotta be the same as LOLSEC. You never know what will happen to it.
The who?
You never heard of a LOLSEC?
No, I haven't. WallSec.
Oh, no, do you mean LOLSEC?
Oh, LOLSEC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, right. I thought you said WallSec. I'm like, who the fuck is WallSec? Sorry.
Well, now you know. Well, now you know.
Yeah, LOLSEC.
So yeah, that's all I got to say.
Alright.
Yep. That's all I got to say.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to quickly move you to the audience because I wanted to ask Good Boy, how's it going, dude? I've been trying to ask you for a little while, but yeah. So what's happening, dude? What's up? Have you got any questions?
Oh no, I just came in for a moral support, you know.
Oh, nice, nice. What have you been up? I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been how long has this been going for? Where's the timer? 1 hour and 35 minutes. Hot
Oof.
damn. It's been a while. But we've got one guy asking to join in, but I'm sorry, full of errors. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get you in. I might actually just wrap this stream up. I'm gonna close off the Discord chat. So cheers, fellas, for coming in, and thanks for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always to have a chat with you. I'll just hide the Discord thing from the stream, and I'm gonna quickly leave. Catch you later.
Good night.
And now we're just solely on YouTube. So, does anyone in the chat have any questions? In the YouTube chat, I'll answer 2 questions. I'll take 2 questions, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I'm starting to get pretty tired. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely, it's I mean, I can't believe it's been an hour and a half, but that's all right. It's been a fun stream. And as always, I appreciate everyone for coming along. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next video. The next video that I actually make will definitely be the how to build your own attack and defense labs. I've got a full system ready to go. So yeah, it's gonna be a good video, I think, and it's actually gonna be a bunch of videos. So yeah, I'll answer these couple of questions here. The first 2 that came in from next time. He says, I'm taking a cybersecurity course and then I'm going to college to take computer engineering because in my country they highly value college. What do you think about the overvaluation of college? I agree, and I also disagree with that in a way, because university is a standard of education, and it is quite important, I feel, to get a bachelor's degree or associate's degree or whatever it is, because it does definitely help you get a job, and it helps you get a job because it teaches you all of the information that you need to know to get that job. That's why it exists. That's why it's there. And yeah, I mean, university is not as bad as everyone says. It's just expensive. On to M45C07. Any cool resources for SIEM use case building? You can actually build your own SIEM, sort of, or mostly actually, with Elastics. Elastics is a pretty well-built system that you can implement on pretty much anything, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So definitely check out Elastic if you want to build your own SIEM. Last question, Kevin Lopez, will you be using Raspberry Pis? No, I'm probably just going to use VirtualBox because it's free and everyone can use it. Basically, I want to make this a video that everyone can do. I'm talking about the Attack Defense Lab, of course. So yeah, I really want to make it a video that everyone can follow and everyone can do. That's why it's taking so long, because I'm trying to storyboard the whole thing for the first time ever, instead of just doing it like a one-take wonder, and yeah, just do it properly. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming along. It's been a pleasure chatting with you all. The Discord stage thing was kind of cool. That was an interesting thing to do. I think I might do that again in the future sometime. And I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you later. If you haven't already, please do like, comment, and subscribe on the video once it gets published. And that's it from me. Peace out, guys. Have a great night or great morning, wherever you are in the world.